This is just a quick little demonstration video to show you how you can explore the Grand Jury Maps collection on the Beyond 2022 website using Mirador. Before we jump into the main demonstration, it's worth mentioning that you're probably going to encounter Mirador embedded in a web page much like this. Now, everything that we're going to run through still applies, there's absolutely no difference, but something which you might want to do is click on this Lawn Scolan or full screen button, which will maximize Mirador and just really lets you appreciate those high resolution, high quality images that have been captured and put on display as part of the project. So with that little notice out of the way, we can jump into Grand Jury. So when you first come to the Grand Jury Mirador deployment, you're probably going to get something that looks a bit like this. It's a big blank screen with a plus in the middle and an invitation to add a manifest, which you can view. If you click anywhere within this big grey region, you'll be given a list of items that are available for you to look at. You can filter these items by typing a reasonably simple search into this text box up here. So for example, Clare, and I can see the Clare Grand Jury map by Henry Pelham. If I click on this item, then it will open for me in that main window. Now by default, it opens in gallery mode, which has all of the pages on display like this. I'd much rather have a larger display of each individual image so I can zoom in and explore them. To do this, I can go up to the top right and click on this little 3x3 grid, and a drop down appears, and the first item, Arc Iavana, look at images, review images, will give me what I want. So I can zoom in on this item by scrolling the mouse wheel. I can also zoom out by scrolling the mouse wheel. I can click and drag to move around. Or, if I prefer, I can use these controls down in the bottom right of the window. The plus button to zoom in, the minus button to zoom out, the up, down, left and right arrows. Well, I click the home button will recenter and zoom you back out. But if I click the up, down, left and right arrows, then it will move me around the image. Now, this little gallery display down the bottom shows all of the images that are available to me within this item, and I can click on those to jump to a specific page. Or, if this little bar is kind of getting in the way of the image, I can click on this little ellipsis button here, and that'll just collapse that out of my way, which is generally how I like to view these items. You can see there's an arrow to the right and left of the window. Using these, I can flick to the next or previous page. So if I click on this arrow on the right, the next page in this particular item opens and I can view it. If I'm tired of looking at this item, or if I'd like to look at something else, I can go up to this 2x2 grid in the top left and just click the first button there, and I get this list of items back. I'll just clear my previous search. And there's the full list of items, and I can open something else. For example, this Louth Grand Jury map. Again, it opens in gallery mode, but I'll change that to what I want. Now, one of the nice features, of course, of having things digitized like this is we can view multiple items at the same time. So if you want to open several of these Mirador windows at once, you can go up to this button in the top right, Ahrig an Lagan Amok, or change layout. And if I click on this, I can choose a grid layout. Now, you can go up to 5x5, but if I click on this, I think you'll agree, this is not the nicest way to browse items. You probably don't want this many windows on screen all at once. But it's worth doing this just to show you that when you have more than one window on screen, each window has this little close button up in the corner, and you can click on that to close a window when you're finished using it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the layout to a 1x2, and I'm going to open the same item twice side by side. And I'm going to put the first image on the right and the second image on the left. And just sort of a cool little thing that you can do, we can actually zoom in and try to line these images up and we can start to see sort of the full picture of this item, as though it were spread out across a page. I think that's pretty cool. It's not absolutely perfect, but it's pretty cool. I think that's more or less everything that you need to get stuck in exploring the grand jury maps on the Beyond 2022 website. Hopefully that was informative, and take care.